Hello, my divers, and welcome to another episode of Diving Deep with me, Des. Today I'm joined by one of my favorite people literally ever. She's me in a different font, and she's like one of the first people I met in this fuck-ass town I live in. Give it up for Kiersten. Yay. She's literally my favorite. And today we're going to be diving into all things Kiersten, all things girl. We're just girls. Today's national, or what is it? International Women's Day. Yeah, it's literally, yeah. So, just women. We're going to be talking about us. Yeah, literally. So, yeah, whenever you're ready, go ahead and grab a snack or maybe two. Sit back and let's get ready to dive. So, yeah, Kiersten and I met, when was this? Like
3 years ago. Because you were 19 and I'm 19 now. I was thinking about that before I met you. Like, met up again today. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That was 3 years ago?
I know, I was 16. I know.
I'm ancient.
I know.
Oh my god, that's insane. Wow. But yeah, so we met at my first job in this town. It was at the Lindo Theater. Ew, it's like a what, like a branch of classic cinemas, would you call it? Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was our first job. We actually interviewed on the same day.
Yeah. We're trauma bonded.
Like, no, literally. So I interviewed, got drug tested, and got hired the same day. How I passed the drug test is beyond me. Like, I literally boofed like the morning of.
I was like so stressing over it, and I never smoked before.
No, it'd be like that. Yeah, that's so real. But yeah, and then I remember like leaving, like, okay, I got this in the bag, and then I walked past someone, and then I remember we later on found out that it was literally each other. Yeah,
that's crazy.
So yeah, that was I would say my least favorite job. Like, that was rough.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Our manager was like really so. Our manager would call herself a Nazi of things. Like, we had like, oh no. Like, I don't know why we kept the straws behind the counter, and I remember I would put them next to us, and she would like move them, and she'd be like, "I'm just such a straw Nazi."
I don't like her.
Like, why does
I don't like her.
What?
That's weird.
As fuck.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, every single person that ever quit that job on their exit interview wrote that it was because of her.
And everyone told us I was that, one of them. 2 days into working there. They're like, you're gonna hate it here.
Yeah. And real, because I did.
And we also were so understaffed when it was just, like, when we were there.
Yes, when we
were, like,
started.
11 people.
Yeah.
We ran that shit. I don't care what anyone says.
Why at 19 I was basically I was working like 50 hours a week. Yeah, literally. For real. And I was like the only one that spoke Spanish, so I basically was working overtime, y'all.
No, you fully were.
For like what, $11?
I made below minimum.
You made like 9, right? Because you were underage. Like, that should be illegal. Like, literally should be illegal.
No, yeah, actually horrible. And then the day that I put my 2 weeks in, she was giving everyone raises, and so I didn't get a fucking raise for my last 2 weeks.
What the fuck? Are you for real?
Yeah.
I remember that basically told them, like, I'm over it, like, I want to quit. And again, I was the only Spanish speaker, so they were like, and I was the only one that would pick people's shifts up. Like, literally. I was on my grind. I needed a car. And she, like, Bridget and Jamie were like they knew they needed me. Like, it was to the point where I don't need you, you need me.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, I'm gonna quit, like, I'm over it. And they're like, no, like, what do you need? Like, we'll get you what you need. I was like, I need a raise. I remember they like fought so hard to get me a raise, and then they like the next day I was like, here's my 2 weeks. And then they didn't even schedule me my 2 weeks. They scheduled me maybe 2 shifts. I called them off. I called off both shifts. And then never again. And I donated my uniform to Goodwill.
Did you really?
Yeah, I think I have my name tag still, but like the apron.
Yeah, I put mine in, and then I got COVID during the 2 weeks, so I didn't.
I'm dead.
Yeah, and then I had to work the last shift, and I was training a bunch of people. Yeah. And the way she yelled at me for the way I was training, I was like,
Like I'm literally sick. Yeah.
Like she didn't put me down to train because she didn't know if I was gonna be there. But I was like, I can do it because she was just gonna train this girl on inventory. I was like, that poor girl. Let me cut her a break.
Yeah.
I was like, I can do it for you. Like, I can start it, and then like when I leave, you can like finish it.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, real. And so I like was starting early. How everyone started early. Like don't even play. You didn't close early.
Okay, because we would close like our last show would be at like what 11.
Yeah.
We would start inventory by like 7. Like, and that's late. That's starting late.
I was out the door at 11:01.
No, literally.
Fuck that place. And she like yelled at me for doing it too soon. And then I remember I like went on the other side of the counter, which is so small. Like I like didn't even care. And I was like, that fucking bitch. And she said that in front of the trainees. And I was like talking to Sean.
Real.
Of all people, which is crazy, but
ew.
He's in like a long-term relationship now. Swear.
With the left or the right? And the customers were fucking rude as fuck. Like, you cried, didn't you?
I did cry. Did you cry there or no?
I cried because I hated it, but never because I was rude back.
Yeah. Were you there when I cried or no?
No.
I told you about it.
Yeah, you did.
Because I was with Devi. Fuck, why does everything go back to Devi?
Fuck it.
Devi. Oh my god.
All the bad times that were at the window, he's the common denominator.
Even Jamie.
Yeah, literally.
I was like with him, I think, and I asked the guy to repeat his order like twice because the popcorn machine was going off, and he was like, And I was like, can you just say that?
Like, it's not time for ASMR. Tell me what you fucking want.
Fuck, bitch. Like,
yeah.
And then he like definitely called me a bitch and was like yelling at me, and he was like, get your manager. Like and then I stopped and like the fucking walkie-talkies. That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I walkied her. I was like, Bridget,
please.
Just a call, Bridget. And then I like stood there like behind the counter, and he was like, you're not gonna finish the transaction.
No.
I was like, okay. And
can you repeat it again?
He would have like pulled a gun and shot me like fully. And then she came down and was like, I'm so sorry for her behavior to the customer. She's new. And he's like, I couldn't.
And you'd been there like for a good month.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, everyone's new. Like everyone quit. Like you just hired your second generation.
Yeah, literally.
I'm like, oh my god. And then she was like, he's a regular. And I was like, and then I cried in the bathroom. So
real as fuck. The red flag is we were hired on the spot.
Yeah.
If you ever get hired on the spot,
don't do it.
No.
Not a single question was asked. I walked in, I think I sat my ass down and she put that math test in front of me.
No. Literally. It was like those math tests that you do in like school for like 90 seconds. Like it was fully one of those.
And it was like for change, and I was fully like,
yeah. I was fully like,
I tried to turn it in and she's like, there's a back. And I was like,
you're like, oh,
right.
Yeah.
At least we didn't fail it.
No tea, no shade.
Yeah,
but
no shade.
we passed.
We did pass
on the first try. Under 5 minutes.
What you know about it?
We didn't have to take it home.
Under 5.
Oh my god, that place was rough.
Yeah.
The customers were shit, and we had this like one. He was literally 19, like managing.
Yeah, he fully.
Yeah, he was literally 19, running this place off like every drug you could think of. And then I remember. Do you remember like the Revolution?
Yeah, the Revolution.
So this guy, I used to call him Milton because he looked like Milton from Kicking It. So let's call him Milton. Yeah. So
like we didn't name drop everyone.
Literally. But because of all the illegal activities that happened, we'll say Milton. So Milton was 19 managing this fucking movie theater, and one day he like got his ears pierced and he came into work with the piercing. And I remember our manager Jamie like made such a fucking big deal about it, to the point that we were all like pulling up our handbooks. Like we had to have a staff meeting and everyone's like, no, like it says nothing about this. And then at the staff meeting, I remember like calling her out, like it doesn't, because the handbook only said like girls couldn't have multiple piercings. It never even mentioned piercing on guys. And I remember being like, well, you have multiple piercings, your literal grippers are out, like you wear shoes that are not closed, like your hair is down like this. And she was just like,
yeah, I remember that. She's like, well, if it makes you guys feel, then I will take out my third piercing. I will
yeah, and I'm like, okay, so do it. And also stop showing me your feet. And also stop calling yourself a Nazi. And also stop hiring people you pick off the street. Like, what the fuck?
Like, just change everything, please.
Yeah, like, actually just quit.
Just, like, please. Like, we just need a whole, like, life invention, like, reinvention for her. Truly, Jamie. I hope everything's going better. I know she's still there. And all the new people that they hired, they brainwashed for the friggin', the revolution. They were, like, she told, like, Peyton, like, the new managers, and then they, like, it wasn't that, and like he left on his own free will type shit, and like,
he left on his own because they literally they basically told him, like, you can either quit, or we'll fire you, but you won't get unemployment. So he's like, I guess I'll fucking quit, all because of fucking piercing. So then after that happened, we all started quitting. Jenny was the first to go, and then Jeffrey.
Caitlin was still
there. Caitlin was still there. I want to say it was me next.
I think it was.
Because I remember them, like, being mad. Yeah. Because I didn't leave right, like, because Jenny left pretty quickly, and then Jeffrey left because he moved to Florida. Yeah. And I remember them, like, telling me, like, well, why the fuck do you still work there, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I have bills. Yeah. Sorry, mommy and daddy don't pay for all my stuff. Like, I have bills.
I know. The only reason I stayed, I think, is because you were there. I was like, the second you left, I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, literally, fuck
that. Because who the hell else was there? Like, Devi, Allie, and Miguel. Miguel, who, like, no showed, no called all the time.
And then I ended up working with him at Marshall's, you know that?
Did you really?
I ended up working with him at Marshall's, and also his mom worked there, and his mom got literally, like, arrested at the job because she was stealing her. She would have her friend come in, and they would process returns but they were keeping the items and taking the money. And literally the cops, like, mind you, she presents herself as such a sweet lady. Like, I literally, like, cried to her one time at Marshall's. Like, I was like, this is my work, mom. She, like, fully had, like, cops, like, they had to come into the back, like, walked her out. Yes. Dude. And then, like, while we were working at Marshall's, everyone was, like, all eyes on Miguel because they were like, how do we know he's not, like,
oh my god,
even though he's, like, definitely, like, not, like,
free my man. Like, I was just shitting on him a second ago. I'm like, I had to do all the opening tasks without him because he no,
literally all the time.
Like, free my man, for real.
Yeah.
I think he went to my school. I know he had a class with my brother. And was he older than me? Question mark.
I want to say he's in between us.
Yeah. Because I remember seeing him, like, once, and then I never saw him again.
Yeah,
like, okay.
really.
I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, I have no clue what
Moses.
That was his name, Moses. Who's Miguel?
Okay, so
this whole time I meant Moses. That's what I meant.
So Moses. Okay, Miguel.
I know who Miguel is. He's like the little shrimpy one with, like, super curly hair, right? Yeah.
The one that never showed up, and then he literally walked in late to his shift one day by, like, 20 minutes, and it was, and he walked in, he said, "I'm here." Like, fully.
Wait, I think I was on this shit. I want to say I was on it. Yes. Like, so all the time he would no call, no show. That shit was. Yeah.
That was
I
so
do
funny.
remember him. Yeah.
That was so funny. Yeah, Moses is real. Moses is, like, my mom's favorite student. She had him as a student.
Well, his mom's probably in jail, so.
Oh, Moses' mom.
Actually, I don't know what she's up to.
I think she's a wonderful lady.
She actually was, like, really nice.
Good for her.
But, like, maybe don't steal from a place that you're working at. At least wait till you're, like, no longer working at.
Yeah, the working at. I'm, like, low-key, like, Team Moses' mom. I'm like, free my girl.
Fuck corporate.
And what did she do? Like,
yeah, literally. So she stole a few $1,000s.
Okay, like, cry me a fucking river.
Like, tell it to all the politicians. But yeah, guys, that was the window, man.
Traumatic.
Yeah.
Truly traumatic.
Did you work anywhere after that?
No, I waited for a while. I think I was literally dude, when I tell you that was my downfall, I would, like, go to school, and then because I got paid so little, like, minor minimum, she would always schedule all the minors on, like, the longest shift. So we'd get Saturday close, Sunday opening.
Yeah, I remember that, because she would fuck you guys over bad.
She'd always do that, and then I would literally have school the rest of the week, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday close, Sunday opening. And I, like, put in a new, like, request that was, like, no Sunday open, or, like, no Saturday nights. Like, I was like, and she called me in the office, and at the end of my shift, and this was, like, the reason I quit, she was like, I can't do this. Like, I don't know what you want me to do with this. And I was like, oh, well, like, I was like, I can, like, change it. Like, I just can't, like, do, like, the back to back. Like, I have school and, like, I have to do my homework. Like, I just don't get in, like, I can't sleep. Like, and she was like, well, I'm here until 1 a.m. tonight. And
this is your main job.
Like, you're making 16. Salary, bitch.
Yeah, literally.
I'm literally 16.
Like you were literally 16 making $9 an hour.
Actually, $9 an hour.
What
is
the
crazy.
That was what I didn't. She like wanted us to take the job seriously, which I get, but also like this isn't my career.
Far too seriously.
You decided to not use your degree and run a movie theater. You made that choice. This is not me for life, babe.
I'm sorry. Where did Bridget
go? I remember she would always talk about going to Arizona, so maybe she actually made it. I wonder.
Know. I had her on Snapchat, and like she posted, she like etched her name into like, you know, when you go down to the basement where like
that's scary ass basement.
Yeah. Like where they had that like stage almost, and like people would like put their names and shit. She put like Bridget, like however long she worked there, and then I guess Tanis did that recently, but he still works there. I think. I'm pretty sure Tanis works there.
I don't know anything about.
He's kind of a baddie.
He's like
he was just very shy,
but church for me.
He did have his song lyric tattooed across his chest.
So that was like as edgy as he would get.
That was hard. I was like, that's real as fuck.
Yeah. You know what he gives me? He gives me who's that? The fucking guy from Eternals, Barry Corgan.
Oh my god.
Okay, y'all know him from Saltwater. We know him from Eternals.
Eternals for real. What y'all know about Eternals? That's
right.
Crazy. That was when the semi almost hit Ellie's house. Do you remember that?
What?
When I left in the middle of the showing. So we watched Eternals.
Yes.
I was like, a semi hit my cousin's house. I gotta go.
Yeah.
It was her house. I was like,
that's not funny, but wow.
What like in her yard, I was like, I need to go.
I remember you telling me that, and I'm like, you're literally kidding. You're like, no, like I was like.
My mom was like sending pictures. I was like
going live on Facebook.
Almost just got hit by a semi. She was like fully like in tears. Like I was like, girl, chill. Like,
what the fuck?
It didn't even hit the house. I was like,
oh my god, it's like on the front yard.
Like lessening their problems. I'm like,
it only knocks the mailbox. Like, you're fine.
I'm like, get
a new one. We're not open to 8.
Like, hello, our grandma works there. She'll give us a discount.
Actually,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I heard they like mistreat their workers as fuck though.
At Menards? Really? I've applied for this fucking Menards probably like 5 fucking times.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I've heard they're really bad about like treating them, I guess.
Yeah. Good thing I don't work there.
Yeah.
I only ever applied for like the gardening program.
That's real. That's real. I feel like I go in there and I get so stressed out. I'm like, where the fuck am I? Like,
I get lost all the time. And my problem is when I go out in town, I have to be smacked as fuck, or like I'm like I can't stand anything. So being smacked as fuck in that big ass Menards, I'm like,
actually the Menards and the ceilings are so high.
Yes.
Like so high. I feel like I'm like. But I do like when the Christmas and they have those big blow up guys.
Yeah, they're so cute. But other than that, I feel like I'm in like a Mr. Beast like maze video or something.
I don't like it either.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
Yeah.
She's scary.
Oh man. So you didn't work anywhere after that?
We're so
No, it's okay. It's fun.
No, yeah, I didn't. I took a break because I quit. I was like, fuck that. My mom was like, quit. Like,
no, literally. Like,
yeah. And I took my little break. But then I got hired at a chiropractor office.
Oh yeah, you did work there, yeah.
And they were fired. They were fired.
Yeah.
Work for a small business, y'all. I'm telling you,
yeah.
They're so nice. Like it's just you can tell too, like when you work for like a corporation versus like a family, like they care about you so much more.
Yeah.
Like they were fully like giving me gifts all the time, and like I'd get so many bonuses. Like they all went to my grad party type shit.
Oh,
like,
that's so cute.
Yeah, so they're super sweet. Like I visit them. My work family love. Thank God for that.
Watch ASMR or no? No, I can't. Like I literally can't. When I was buying these mics, I was reading the reviews, and one of the reviews were like, "I bought this for ASMR, and it blocks out all the fucking noise. This is such bullshit." Blah blah blah. But good quality though. I'm like, sold. Add to cart.
I love ASMR. I love a good ASMR.
Really? I can't do food. I have misophonia, so I can't do food.
Either, yeah.
But I watched one recently where it was like POV getting your hair brushed.
Yeah.
And it was the sound.
That's real. Yeah. I like when you're like like something and they have like a whole like like I've seen one of like you're an alien or you're a robot, we're fixing you, and I'm like like beep boop. I'm like actually I'm like I love that shit, like put work, like they're putting the work in, truly. Like I love it. I love ASMR, truly unreal.
Yeah.
What was your first job after Lindo?
I think Marshall's.
Yeah.
No, I lied. It was CVS Pharmacy.
Oh yeah, because I remember I saw you there when I was buying condoms. That's what I was buying.
Real.
And I got like nerd gummy clusters too.
I'm fucking
And then I drove down the road to my boyfriend's house and I said, hey.
Got clusters. Hi. Clusters and condoms. That's really your EP name.
And you know what happened that night? Shit. I don't kiss and tell.
Stupid. But yeah, so I worked at CVS Pharmacy, and it was like the job that I got paid, like it's my highest paying job I've had so far.
Oh really?
Yeah, but
what'd you do? Were you like a tech? Like you put the meds in the shit?
Yeah, it was actually so fun. I loved counting. Like I was actually really fast. Like they would have me do it, but because it was literally besides the pharmacist, 4 people that worked there. And then in the actual store itself, 3 people.
Yeah, I saw that they're still really understaffed. As they started
because corporate sucks ass.
Really?
Dude. Yeah, our corporate sucked. Yeah. Like there was a point where like one of the managers of the store like had such a mental breakdown. He had to go on medical leave because we were so like understaffed.
Really?
He was working like 12 hours every single fucking day type shit. Yeah. So it got to the point where it was like the pharmacist, me, Sierra, the 2 techs, and 6 of us running the whole store.
That's crazy.
Sunday through Saturday.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I was making bank, but the people I worked with, like, in the pharmacy anyways, were, like, such a cunt. Like, that lady that's dead, she was such a cunt. She was, like, so, like, I think she was racist.
Okay, real.
And not even racist, but also, like, ageist.
Okay.
Because she was, like, older and, like,
she's like, I know more than type shit.
Literally. And she, like, I would have a line to from the register to the opposite side of the CVS. Hello?
Yeah, fuck that.
Get the fuck in. Like, the pharmacist would literally have to be like, you need to get on the register. She'd even ignore him because he was younger too.
Really?
And she'd literally ignore us, and he'd be like, you need to get on the register. Keep counting. So he would step aside and hop on the register with me.
No, crazy.
Yeah, she would never fucking help do anything. She would, like, leave to go smoke at the most random fucking times. Like, just such a fucking... Yeah. She was such a fucking cunt. And she's, like, the main reason why I left. Because I remember, like, one day... And I remember... I walked off the job.
Really?
Yeah, and it was a day that, like, someone from our regional... people was there.
Visiting?
Yeah, he was visiting because we were so fucking understaffed. He wasn't like our regional manager, but he was like the regional manager's kiss ass. Like he would just send him to do his busy work.
Right.
And he was there one day, and I remember this lady was being such a cunt to me that I was like shaking, crying because I wanted to snap her fucking neck. And so I go upstairs and I was like, I can't fucking do it. Like she's not fucking doing anything. And I was talking to the lady who was, like, in our manager. She was, like, the assistant manager, but since our manager stepped out, she stepped up.
Yeah.
And she was always, like, pretty nice to me, so I, like, went to her, and I was like, I literally can't do it. Like, she's being so rude. She's like, just breathe, you're fine, you're fine. And the fucking regional guy looks at me, he said, well, we need you to finish your shift. And I was like,
what the fuck?
I grabbed my shit from my locker and I left.
Good for you, yeah.
And I literally, I drove home, and when I got home, they thought I was still there.
Really?
Yeah, when I got home, the lady had texted me, and she's like, oh, like, if you need to leave, you can leave. So I responded, I'm already home. And then the next day, she's like, are you coming in? Didn't answer, I just blocked her.
And you're real for that, actually.
Yeah.
No, that's horrible.
Because how I'm literally, like, shaking, crying of how angry I am, and well, we still need you to finish your shit.
That's sick. And then to not, like, say anything.
Bitch, you better hop on that register now, because I'm out the door. Like, what the fuck?
No, fuck that. Yeah, good for you. What we should have done to Jamie, like, we would have had that job for 2 weeks if we did that. Like, actually.
2 days.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
I remember she was like, I got hired there that summer, like, before we'd ever met. And I was telling people, and everyone that I told was like, you're gonna hate it. Like, you're gonna hate it. Everyone hates it there. And I was like, no. And they were like, the manager is like a bitch. And I was like, she was so nice to me. Like, she's so nice. Jamie, my girl Jamie. Like,
that's my girl.
That's my girl. And then, no. That was
not my girl. Okay, so you worked at the Lindo, you worked at the chiropractor, and then from there you just went to school, right?
I went straight to school.
So what school do you go to?
I go to University of Minnesota, Twin Cities, guys.
You're in your big time rush era.
Truly in my big time rush era.
When I saw that you committed to Minnesota, I was like, oh, you're so Kendall coded, actually. Like, you would be Kendall, I would be Carlos.
Hey, yeah, the hot ones. So
yes, actually, yes.
The hot
I
ones.
was always a Kendall and Carlos girl.
Truly. Yeah. Who the fuck was James? Like,
he was like the Justin Bieber knockoff.
Yeah, he was like weird.
Yeah.
He was like, which one of them is weird now, like in real life? Is it Carlos?
Well, Carlos is like married, has kids. He lives in Hawaii, like super Christian.
Oh, okay, yeah, I saw that he was Christian.
Yeah,
that was his.
The weird one now, I don't know. I want to say it's like Logan. Logan. Not that he's weird, but he's definitely more like rocker. Like,
that's real. Oh,
like if I had to pick one right now, Logan.
Actually, real and low-key Logan before. I love a little nerdy little verge.
Okay, me too. Like, actually, my order was always Kendall, Logan, Carlos, James. Okay. Except Logan and Carlos were like tied for me.
And we're in the same place.
Yeah.
Truly and honestly, truly.
So yeah, you go to University of Minnesota. You're going on your second semester now?
Yeah, I am in my second semester.
How's that?
You know, we're getting through it. I'm in 18 credits. But
wait, you're in 18 credits. How many classes is that?
5. But I have like a lab. So 5 in a lab. But it's a lot. Like last semester I did 16. So it's not crazy more, but it's still like,
yeah. Like, wait, what are you studying again?
Speech, language, and hearing sciences. So like
speech, language, and hearing
like
sciences.
Speech pathology and like audiology.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And do you know like what path you want to take with that?
I think definitely speech. Like I like kids. I like to work with kids. I know, like
you know how the kids that are like wittery gwitting.
Fully.
Yeah.
I don't be like, holy shit. Yeah, I love it. I do like it. Like I like it a lot, which is pretty real.
That's
but cool. I like it there so far. I had an art class, dude. I had an art class semester 1. We had to go downtown Minneapolis and like dance in a dance studio for 3 days, 3 of the classes, and it's like a 2-hour class. And you should have seen me. I had a solo.
Oh, fair.
I had a solo.
Abby Lee who?
I was like, I was doing my shit.
I actually love that. That's pretty fun.
I guess it was a trio, but whatever. Like our trio was our solo, so
fuck it.
And
you're in the top 3 of the pyramid.
Fuck it, we ball. Like
yeah. Oh, I wish I took an art class when I did Highland.
Yeah.
Bitch, like it was like learning the definition of things and learning the composites of paint. I was like,
I did puppetry in mine as well. Making puppets. We like danced. I did collage. I think we did more. I don't.
We
remember.
did one collage on our sketchbook, and that was like the funnest I had.
And that's
most fun I had.
It's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty real, I guess.
Yeah. Do you have a roommate? Yeah. Do you guys get along?
I do. Thank God.
Good,
I really like if we did.
I've heard horror stories.
Shit. No, yeah. There was like, because my roommate is from South Dakota, so we're both out of state, which is nice. Like, because I didn't like, because I was out of state, a part of me was like, everyone's out of state. No. Like, the amount of people that are like 20 minutes off campus.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Is your campus a big commuter campus?
I mean, I would think so, yeah. A lot of people I've met are commuters. Like, a lot in my class, like, I could point out at least one in each class, I would say, that, like, commute. But then, like, even people that are, like, on campus, they'll just go home for the weekend, like, because it's so close, which is, like, crazy. Like, I'm a full 5-hour drive, so, like, I don't go home on the weekends. Guys. Yeah.
Oh, you're 5 hours? I could have sworn it was 9 hours.
No.
I feel like maybe I was looking at Missouri. I think for the longest
fully
time,
other, like,
no,
that's south.
I am on my way to visit you in a different state. I'm fucking dead.
Hey.
5 hours isn't bad though.
No,
That's actually pretty good. My campus was 3 hours.
Where'd you go?
I went to EIU.
Okay, Did you like it there?
No. It was like more fuck ass than like our
Really?
town. Yeah, like cornfields.
Oh,
fully
what's
cornfields.
the town?
Charleston.
Oh.
We had one Walmart, one Jimmy John's, a bar, a club, and an Arby's. And that was like walking. Everywhere else you had to drive to, and I didn't have even my license then.
That's actually terrible. How long were you there for?
A semester.
And you're real?
Not even a full semester. I'm pretty sure I came back like Thanksgiving break.
And you're real for that.
And I came home and then just never went back.
And you're real for that. And hey.
I just couldn't. Do you guys like? Is it like a big night scene over there?
Yeah, like, because we're in the city. Well, we have so many like bars so close to campus that they're like, everyone's there, guys. Like, everyone's by my dorm, and then you guys see me like haggard as fuck on a Friday night, like with my pen and like something I DoorDash probably, like walking around. I'm like, hey guys, really nice. But have you been watching Bachelor? No, you don't fuck with Bachelor.
No, not that I don't fuck with it. I just
I was never a Bachelor girl, but my roommate is. I don't think she, like, now. The new season is low-key kind of fire, guys. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. You would fuck with it. There's a girl on there.
It's like the old people now, isn't it? Or is that like
that was the Golden Bachelor. That one was just up. This one is like with Joey. So he was on the Bachelorette
as a contestant.
Holy fuck, yeah.
English?
I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I'm like, maybe I need a speech therapist. I'm like, fuck.
I'm studying to help myself.
Sorry. I'm just trying to better myself. He was like the second to last one, I think, like, guy, and then he like went to engage, like, was fully like about to go on his knees, and she like stops him and she's like, I brought you here to like send you home.
Shut the fuck.
Swear.
That would be my 13th reason.
And then he like leaves and everyone was like, make him a bachelor, and then they did, and like I guess it's like there was like a lot of drama with like this one girl, like it was just revolving around her, like she was not the issue. She gives me very like I think you fuck with her heavy. Her name's Maria. Like I love her. She's real, but she's like everyone like had a problem with her for some reason. But I think she like just increased so many views. Like I think she'll probably be the next Bachelorette. Okay. But like the one of the girls who like makes it really far, she's from Becker, Minnesota, which is like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes off my campus. Oh, okay. And she was like at our bar, like this it's called Sal's. It's like right next to my dorm, truly like.
And she was just there.
And she was there, and everyone was taking pictures, and I was like, guys, I don't have a face. Please let me. I was like, wait, like, what do you mean? And then like the dance.
You stand outside waiting.
I'm like holding my phone. I'm like, Daisy, right here. Like, fuck. And then the like dance team too. Like people will like find them because like Minnesota dance team like just won like the huge. I don't know if you saw the video, but like they're so in sync, like crazy in sync. Yeah. And they won against like Ohio. I don't know, and everyone was debating like who should have won, because I guess Ohio like had a better story, but Minnesota.
Bitch, fuck your story. Can you move?
Fuck Ohio. I'm like, I'm riding or dying for this. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, can you move and groove?
So like, is it like? I don't fucking know what the fuck it's like there.
I know. It's like, so it's kind of in the city. Kind of not. I mean, compared to like other college towns, I think it's like more because you're in Minneapolis, but it's not like downtown. Like I'm not like downtown. But it's nice. Like I like that I'm in the city. I feel like most college towns like aren't like that.
Is there like a college you could compare it to? Because the way that you describe it, I kind of think like UIUC.
Okay, similar, very similar. Yeah. I think like similar because they're a really big party school. I know, and I don't really know, is Minnesota considered a big party school? I don't fucking know. Everyone parties there when I'm there. Yeah. But it's similar. I think Illinois, though, is like Minnesota's off of, like, all these, like, on-ramps and shit. Like, you're really in the city. So to get to Target, you have to, like, merge on, like, a fucking 5-lane highway and drive 15 minutes to the Target. Or walk to, like, fucking Dinky Town, where Bob Dylan is from. Timothy Chalamet. playing Bob Dylan in that movie. Catch him in Dinky Town. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna track him down. Dinky, I'm
like, Dinky Town. I thought you were like calling Minnesota a Dinky
dude,
Town.
I swear it's a town. Dinky Town is like Bob Dylan like sang there.
I don't even know who that is. Bob Dylan. He's like a white guy, right? Is he country?
He's a white guy. I don't think I've ever heard a song.
It's Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Alexa, who is Bob Dylan? I don't have an Alexa.
I don't know who Bob Dylan is, but Timothy Chalamet is playing him in a movie, so Catch him in Dinky.
Dinky Stinky.
Dinky Stinky. It's literally fully like 10-minute walk. It's off of our frat row is right next to Dinky.
Did you rush?
No.
Would you ever?
It's not my thing. I don't think so. Maybe if I like was like in need of like friends, but also like I'm like take my fucking money. Like,
at EIU I did the whole week, and then on bid day I was like, why am I doing this? I quit. And I was like, actually I don't want to do this. I still like have my shirt from Rush.
That's real. Low key I was like, fuck rushing, and then I have 2 friends. I'm like,
me as fuck. I knew nobody.
No, actually, like,
does anyone from your school go to there? No,
I don't know anyone. I think there was like a guy who graduated there that was from he's already graduated. So yeah, I don't know anyone from there, like, which is kind of crazy. Like, holy shit. And I thought more people would be out of state than like there were. But yeah, I didn't rush. It wasn't my thing. On orientation, like, I met like 2 girls who were like, I was talking with them and they were like, oh, are you gonna rush? And I was like, oh, I don't really, it's not my thing. And they're like, oh, and then like didn't talk
with your
to me.
Lululemon ass.
And I was like,
you're like, okay, bye.
I was like, okay. And I was like, fuck. I was like, actually, guys, like, yeah, I am rushing.
Actually, I'm literally rushed right now.
I'm actually like a bid, fast. So I'm like, I got a bid. Yeah, I'm like, fuck rushing.
Oh, I'm actually president.
Yeah.
I was Sigma Ligma balls.
Actually, I'm always like, fuck a sorority, and then I see the girls in the sororities with like 1 million friends, and they're bad as fuck, and I'm like, so maybe I take back what I said. Yeah, pretty fire. I mean, it's just not my thing either. I'm not a big drinker. Like, I really don't drink, so not a big partier either. I went to like one frat, and I was like, so this is what y'all are about? Or
literally.
I was like, the fuck is this dingy bullshit? Like, truly scary. Yeah. And then I like met a frat guy, and I was like, okay, that's like enough for me. Like, I don't need to be doing this like full time.
Yeah. Maybe like on the weekend.
Yeah. The whole like, you dress up, like you wear the dress, and then you're like walking on campus in like heels and a dress.
And
for
your dues are thousands of dollars.
Yeah. And then if you live in the house, and then if you don't live in the house, the fuck are you paying for, low-key? I'm like, the friends, like the t-shirts, like literally the Instagram followers. No, yeah, that's insane. Actually, pretty crazy concept.
Yeah. So how did you land on Minnesota?
So I was committed to Iowa State. Actually, true story. Because I was I was originally majoring in biology, and I was like, dude, yeah, I know. I was like,
okay, Bill Nye.
And I was like, no, dude, I was like, agriculture. I was like, let me do some like ag shit. I was like what? Like, imagine me doing agriculture. I'm like, who is she?
No.
But I was like fully committed to Iowa State.
What the fuck is agriculture? I'm not gonna lie.
Like farming.
Oh,
it's like, so I was like fully like wanting to be in a lab, and like I would do like, I visited like botanists and shit who like make like, you breed plants and like you breed corn and like
whoa.
Yeah, and I was like low-key into it. I was like, this is kind of the shit.
Yeah.
Is this the shit? I was like, had a tour, and I was like, oh, like I'd have to just stand in the lab all day. And I think like now that I think about it, I definitely just like had a crush on my biology teacher, and like that's why it was like my favorite class. And like, I'm like, he's such a baddie, and if he sees this, I know you have a wife and kids and children, and it's like, okay, like move on. But
oh god, you're so clingy.
I'm like, literally, I took pictures with him at graduation.
No one believe in divorce now.
I'm like, okay, the all-American family since when?
You have kids. We can have some.
So I was committed there, which looking back, I probably would have hated it there. That's like really small town. Like, it's in Iowa. So first of all, the fuck, like, but it's a really small town, and I was committed.
Iowa State, that's one of the top ones that like people from my high school go to.
Really?
Yeah. For us, it's like I would say it's like NIU, ISU, UIUC, or Iowa, or like the top 4.
I'm trying to think of...
I know ISU is one of yours.
Yeah, ISU and maybe University of Iowa. Not UIUC. There's only one last year that went to UIUC.
Really?
Yeah, which is wild.
Yeah.
But I was like fully committed there, like junior year, like committed, and then I had a little identity crisis and was like, wait a second, guys.
Junior year?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, fuck, it was like that
it's
summer.
It's a canon event for girls.
Oh, sorry. And sorry.
Yeah.
And it was like the summer before, and then I was like, fuck this, actually. Like, what am I doing, actually? And then I was like, not gonna tell my parents, because I was like, fuck, I don't want to do this all over again.
You're like
no, I'm like, hi to my dad, who was like fully like researching schools, like for my major, and I'm like,
so and your dad's a cop, right?
No.
You told me your dad was a cop.
Who the fuck told you my dad was a cop? My dad is a banker and a farmer and a
okay.
I'm like, slay Jeff. Who told you that man was a cop?
Yeah, I don't know.
Jamie, she's trying to like make you my op.
Okay.
Trying to put you against
she's a real op.
Could you imagine if my dad was a cop? Holy fuck.
I know, I like fully thought your dad was a cop.
Not a cop.
Okay.
I'm like, he's a banker. Actually, an ag banker. And he was like so excited for me to go into agriculture, and like he was like researching all these schools, and I was like, hey, so about that. Actually, and then he literally did like all the college search for me. Like, thank God for my dad. I was so like, I'm not going, actually, like, fuck this. Like, I was so like, the idea of like leaving high school, I was like, what? Like, not that I liked high school, don't get it twisted. No one peaked I did not peak in high school here, trust. If that was my peak, I'm like, the glory days are coming. The glory days are coming.
We're getting there.
But my dad like fully looked, and I think I was between University of Iowa or Minnesota. Like, those were the two that had, I think University of Iowa used to be like the number one like speech and hearing like in the school, or in the like
speech.
We get it. It's not anymore, so like, calm the fuck down. Iowa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I went there and I was like, no, like, I hate it. It was like really confusing.
You did like a tour?
Yeah. Okay. I was like, fuck it. Actually, no, I just walked through it with my dad. I never did a campus. I think I did one. I did 2 campus tours. I did of Iowa State and Purdue. And so then
Purdue's nice.
Yeah. Too. I fucked with Purdue too, but so then I was like, I didn't like Iowa, so then I was between Purdue or Minnesota. I didn't think I'd get into Purdue, but I did, and I was like, fire. But then I was like,
she's smart.
I was like, look at me, academic weapon, with my fucking low ass SAT score. I said, don't submit. I was like, fuck. But I got in, and then I realized that, like, I'm pretty sure my major is in, like, the healthcare. Like, I'm not in liberal arts. In Minnesota, I'm in the liberal arts.
Oh, okay.
And, like, I'm not in Purdue, and so, like, all the like prereqs I'd have to take would be different, and like, they would be more like math and science, and I was like, fuck that.
I'm trying to make puppets.
I'm like, actually, I'm gonna take an art class. Yeah. Also, like, the area too of Purdue. What is it, Indiana?
Okay, not too much on Indiana.
I'm like, not to shit on Indiana, but I'm like,
I don't even know where in Indiana.
I don't either. I know Neil Armstrong went there. The astronaut.
No, I know. I'm trying to. Did that not happen in like 1930s?
I know.
Wait, how old is?
I think it was. Maybe I'm dumb.
What?
Because they have like astronaut footprints around like the campus.
Whoa.
And I remember in the tour, like, they were like, yeah, Neil Armstrong. Maybe it's not Neil Armstrong. Maybe it's someone else. Not me being. Don't quote me on it.
We are not professionals at anything. Don't take our word. So yeah, you just go to school, really. Do you work out there?
I don't. I like don't know what I do, guys. I could work on campus, but that also scares me. I'd see all my ops. Like the 2. Like, I'm like, chill, like, all your ops.
All my ops.
All my ops. Shut up, bitch. Like, no one knows who you are. Like, actually. Like, okay.
I feel like also you have such, it sounds like you have a lot. English. A heavy workload is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I definitely do. And like, a lot, it's just because a lot of my classes, like, I have the same amount as first semester, but a lot of my classes like are more credits because they're like like foreign language is 5 credits. Like
What language do you take?
sign language, American Sign Language.
I actually want to learn. One of my students is deaf, which I didn't find out till like a month ago.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, and I recently rewatched Switched at Birth, and I was like, I'm gonna learn ASL, like, because I remember watching it when I was little and being like, yeah, I'm gonna learn ASL. Then I never did, and then recently I rewatched it, and I was like, oh, one of my New Year's resolutions is to learn ASL.
Yeah.
But I've like kind of been like slacking.
No, you're real.
And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, this student's deaf. And I was like, so why did you not think to tell me that?
That's weird.
All I know is like, sit down.
That's real.
What's a T? Is this a T or did I make that up?
That's R. This is T.
This is T?
This is T. Yeah.
My whole life I thought this was like A or N.
N. Because this is like an N. Like N, and then M is the 3.
Oh.
You should learn the alphabet. It's pretty simple, honestly. Like A, like they kind of try and make like them
A,
look.
B, C. Is B or B?
B, yeah.
B,
yeah.
C,
and then it's D.
D,
yeah.
E,
yeah.
See, I like kind of learned in elementary school, but apparently they taught me wrong. Because I always thought it was A, B, C, D.
That's F. F is like this.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah.
I was taught wrong because I literally thought this was F. Because me and I remember vividly because me and all my friends in elementary school, I want to say this was 3rd grade, we did not like our teacher. So we would be signing FU, but it was literally, FU. That's not even the fucking letters. We were signing what?
TC.
What the fuck?
Maybe they taught you like British sign.
I don't fucking know.
I'm like, what the fuck is that?
They taught us hieroglyphics.
They said, good luck, try it.
Yeah.
Just a big prank on the school. Like,
literally. That's cool though. Because you recently had to give like a whole speech or something, right?
I had to do a presentation. I had to act like a lumberjack for 6 minutes. And I had to like chop down a tree. Like 3 trees, and then
you should have done like a POV. POV, you're a deaf lumberjack.
I had to like eat my lunch, and then like the whole story is like the tree is deaf. I had to call the doctor.
If they make you guys do like the song, please record it. Because I saw someone do like "Baby" by Justin Bieber, I think it was, and he's like getting it in the middle of the class, and everyone's like hyping him up. Yeah. Like, oh my god,
hell yeah! It was just one-on-one with my professor, who's deaf though, like my professors.
Really?
Yeah, it's in St. Paul, so I take the bus. It's like 15-minute little bus ride on the St. Paul campus, and they have like a whole deaf building.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's, I think, like part like staff building, and then the basement area is like, it's like the ASL zone. Like when you walk in the hallway, like you're not supposed to talk because it's like disrespectful. Like there's so many deaf like professors there, and like I didn't really know that like. I didn't know that when I went there because it was my first class in that building. And like I would watch like the lectures online, and they would be like different professors. And then I would like see them like in person. I'd be like, what the fuck? A celebrity. I'm like, hey,
you're real.
Like I know you. Yeah, but it's like a whole deaf building, and they all have like all deaf professors to teach the language.
Wow, that's actually really cool. I like that. And you guys actually learn instead of whatever the fuck I learned.
Literally, what did you learn?
I don't know, dude. Like my whole life, I was like, I know how to sign the alphabet. Like I'm good.
And fire.
In what language?
What language? I was like, maybe it is British for real, because I
don't know. Is there British Sign Language?
Yeah, it's by country. So like British Sign Language, American Sign Language is ASL.
Wow.
Yeah. And then British, like Mexican, like French Sign Language.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like it's
Wow, I want to. Do you think Duolingo has ASL?
Maybe.
I feel like Duolingo's mean, huh?
Low key. But I can my activity book I'll look up like my activity book name like on YouTube, and it's literally like people like doing it.
Oh my gosh, bet. Yeah. Because I feel bad because I can like talk to all my other students, but I can't talk to her.
No, I fuck with it. Like having it's kind of a like, and I think it's a more interesting, not like a more interesting language, but like learning it for the first time, like Spanish, French, like you're learning like the verb tense, and then you have to learn like time and like sign language. You don't do that. Like you jump right in. Like you're learning like leisure activities and like where you live and like family member. Like you learn like right away, which I think makes it more interesting. And like, because I'm like, fuck time, like what, like all that. Like, come on now.
Yeah. So you do art class? You do?
Yeah, I had my art class first semester.
Oh, that was first semester. So what's your schedule look like now?
My schedule is looking like I have my first year writing class, which is like fine.
Essays.
Yeah, it's like really like whatever. Like I just show up, like I have to be there, and it's like once a week, so like no one really knows anyone in the class. It's just like okay, and then my teacher's like a millennial as fuck.
Okay, so you do first year writing,
my ASL, and then I have my like major class is physics and biology of voice, and like I have that lab.
A voice.
It's like it's considered a physical science, like physics, but I like showed up and he's like, guys, this is like not physics at all. Like it's not at all. And I was like, okay, fire. But it's like we just look at like waveforms of like speech. Like it'll be like audios of people like doing like funny noises, and it'll be like, okay, like find the vowel, like this is like where the like
based off the waveform.
Yeah, like
wow, that's like, actually really cool.
Yeah, and like the spectrogram at the bottom, and like yeah, like the lab is like kind of like you just a throwaway lab because you need it for physical science. All physical sciences have to have a lab, but ours is literally online, and it's like, okay, do this, like write this but in scientific notation. Okay, like now write this, but write this for like the vowel chart. It's like really like what? Yeah. Like for a lab. I'm like, for a lab? Yeah. Like my last semester lab was like a lab, and I'm like, this is like online, and I do a worksheet. Like, okay, fire, I guess. I'll take it. I'm not complaining, but sure. And then yeah, so I have that in the lab, and then I have lectures, and then my religion class. Truly, like, I hate that class. Like, actually,
whatever happened to separating state and religion? Is your school like a religious school?
No. It's like I need a historical perspectives class. Like that's I need one because I'm a liberal arts guys. But I was fully tricked by the name of this class. It's like sex, murder, like blah blah blah, purity and pollution, and I was like, fire! And then I showed up, and she made me buy the Bible as a required text, and we like analyzed the Bible. Fully analyze the Bible.
Is that like even allowed, actually?
Dude, it's like the Tanakh, so it's the Jewish Bible, and we are like pointing out purity and impurity. So like a lot of them are literally like, dude, when I tell you, like it's crazy misogynistic in that Bible. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, women like weren't allowed to like go to temple like 66 days after giving birth to a girl, and like they had to be in isolation for 66 days after. Like if you like had your period, you were like unclean for that period, and you couldn't go into temple. Like it was just like,
I know if you're Muslim, it's kind of like that too. Yeah. Like I used to be friends with this Muslim girl, and like if she was on her period, like she couldn't even pray.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like if I'm trying to pray and practice my religion just because I'm on my period,
that is a
you gave strange. It to me.
Literally, I'm like, I don't know. And then we have to like I learned like the term scapegoat comes from the Bible, because they would do like sacrifices where like you'd like whatever, you'd kill all these animals, like the smoke and like whatever, and then you would like there'd be a goat, and you'd like hold the head of the goat and like transfer your sin onto the goat, and like you'd confess or whatever, and then they let the goat free to like the wild to die, basically, with like all the sinful energy. Like they're like, get it out of here. Yeah.
That's intense. Wait, okay, so that's where the term scapegoat comes from. Yeah. What is it used for now? Like, I've never heard that.
Like scapegoat is like, oh, like I'm the scapegoat. Like they're putting all the blame on me. Like I'm not the full problem. I'm just the scapegoat type shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I don't know. I really hate that class. It's full of like like mostly upperclassmen in that class, and like there's two like old people in my class. They're real, but like the rest of them, I'm like, fuck all you guys. Like fuck you, and fuck you. Yeah. Like there's one guy who literally like raise his hand just to like talk about how he knows, like, you know, those bitches in school. And I'm like,
I had a guy in one of my classes that was like that. He would cut the teacher off all the time, and he'd be like,
hate it.
he'd be like, I already learned this in high school, blah blah blah. And it got to the point where one day I was like, you paid to be in this class, and it's taught by her, so can she teach it, or are you gonna keep running your fucking mouth?
Actually,
and he just like,
good for you.
And then I looked at him again, and he got up and left. He literally left.
Good for you. I'm literally like, that guy drives me insane. Like,
that shit pisses, like, I'm paying to listen to a professional.
I don't
like,
want to
shut the fuck up. If you already know this stuff, why are you here?
Totally. And then he'll like reference shit that he's learned. He must like major in something like that.
Yeah.
Because he'll like reference shit from like other religion classes that he like knows. And then it's to the point, like, at the beginning the professor fucked with it because he was like one of the few that engaged.
Yeah.
But like now more people engage, and like he's like just saying shit fully. And she'll like interrupt him and literally look at the rest of the class and be like, guys, this doesn't pertain to what our class is going to be about.
Right.
So like, you guys don't have to worry about this.
Yeah.
And then we'll be like, continue. And then like there was literally a day where I was like, I don't know how I wouldn't hit him if I was the professor.
Yeah.
Because he was like, the fuck did he we did like an in-class reflection, and she's like a pretty chill grader. Like, she gets I could be fully wrong, and she'll be like, not quite there, but like, I see the point.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
I love
fire.
It. Yeah.
And
high school's like, oh, college isn't gonna accept that.
I'm like, bitch,
really?
Yeah,
I'm
like,
times
really?
10.
I'm like lying in this journal. Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
And so she's like really like very chill about it, and she's like, okay guys, like finishing up, like just finish on whatever like word, like if you're in the middle of like a thought, it doesn't matter, like I get the idea. And she literally, everyone gave her like the books, she stood by his desk, I timed it for 1 minute and like 38 seconds like this,
and he's still writing.
It went like that and continued writing, and then gave it back to her. And then as the class went on, literally I'm like, what the fuck, to this grown woman's face.
Oh hell, I was
like, no. What is wrong with you? And then he like was taught, like, she said something, and then he was like, yeah, stemming off of that, blah 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 blah, I think blah blah blah, no one cares. And then she was like, oh, close, but like blah blah blah, I don't know what she said. She was like, malignant doesn't mean evil. And he was like, yes it does, that's the definition of the word. To the professor.
Okay, Oxford.
I'm like, who are you, Webster? Like,
no, literally.
I'm like, who the fuck? I'm like, what's wrong with you? And then I had another bitch who was like, as a nonfiction writer myself,
bitch, Wattpad does not count. Your name, One Direction stories does not fucking count. Oh my god.
That's so funny. That is so funny. She like carries a briefcase into class, and she's always,
oh my god. She's like, guys, please, no autographs.
I'm like, actually,
bitch, what
like, I'm better than you bitches, actually.
Oh my god.
Like, she's, I guess, find her book on Amazon.
And report it.
Like, I don't know what she writes, but it must be fire if she can compare herself to the Bible. Like,
just listening to this like makes me so irritated by him already.
I fully play The Sims in that class.
The Sims? I love that.
I like sit by the door, and then I like tried to like talk to people in there, but like the girls that like all sit next to me, they all like know each other. And then I like did my like little intro, and they were like, oh yeah. And I was like,
your little, hi, I'm Kiersten.
Yeah,
I bring
I was
cupcakes to the picnic.
Hell yeah. So I hate this class, and I literally will go so fucking high.
Honestly, that's how I survived even.
I play The Sims. I'm like, why are you there then?
You're like so smacked, you're The Sim.
I get so into it. I fucking love it. And I know those girls next to me know I'm playing it, because I see them like peek over, and I'm like, and what, bitch, you want to see?
Yeah, they're fucking.
I'm like, yeah, they are. I'm like, and what you gonna do about it? Like making them in The Sims. They're like, what the fuck?
Like, he's setting them up fully.
I'm like, that guy sees me like putting him in the swimming pool with no ladder,
drowning him.
Actually.
Okay, that's so funny.
Guy. Dude, yeah, and he was like, I was leaving the class one day too, and he's really close to the door. He like went up to the professor after class, was like kissing her dick or something. I don't know, literally licking her clit. I was like, okay, chill.
Okay, at least wait till we're gone.
I'm like, literally, I have like my hand on the door to go, and he's like, by the time I'm there, he's like literally behind me, puts his hand on the door to push it too, while my hand's like on the handle, and I was like,
like, ew.
like he was so close to me, his dick was fully inside of me, damn near. I'm like, I can feel your tip rubbing against the back of my jeans. Like, please take a step away from me. Like,
no self-awareness at all.
I ran out of that room so quick because he stopped to be like, bye, professor. I was like, you fucking nerd. And then I like saw him on campus, like right after class. I saw him in a different building, and I was like with my roommate, and they were playing Amy Winehouse, and I was like just standing, and I was like, listen, I'm telling you,
yeah, I'm not going to rehab.
I'm like, they're playing Amy Winehouse, and he like walked by, and he was like staring at me like that, and I was like, a girl can't talk about Amy Winehouse in public. I'm like, what? Like, okay. I'm like, sure, I'm vulgar as fuck, but like, what are you gonna do about it? I'm like,
oh my gosh, do you? Because when we were at EIU, we had these like it was like this old lady. I think her name's Mary. She'll come with like her husband and her son, and they'll like fully like they would stand in the middle of our courtyard like, you're going to hell, you're going to hell. And like she'd be like, you're dressed like a prostitute, you're dressed like a hooker, like you're going to, yes. And then like it got to the point where like they came, it was just her one day, and we fully turned it into like a gay pride parade. Like everyone was like twerking, like people brought speakers, like blasting. There's people like literally dry humping on the fucking floor, and she's like, you're going to hell, you're going to hell. She's like reading the Bible verse. Do you have people that go to your school?
We have people that like stand there with like they have like a fucking thing that like has all their fucking packets and like pamphlets and shit, and they don't say anything. But there are a few people that like I've had like friends that get caught by like teenagers who like come up to them like they're asking for directions, and so like they take off the headphones and then they give them like a pamphlet for like that shit, and they'll be like, because normally they don't talk, but they're like out there late as fuck. Like I was literally going like to like battle the bands with my roommate. It was like 9 p.m. and these like fucking fully grown adults with families like standing there with their fucking pamphlets. I'm like, who's grabbing them, ho? But I had you know that girl that's the 10 Things I Hate About You song on TikTok that was like, how does it go? Where it was super bad. Sorry, Lee K. But it was
no, I don't know.
Fuck.
But it's 10 Things I Hate About You?
Mm-hmm. You'd know it if I play, or the Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Bitch, like that song.
No. Did she go to your school, or
she,
what?
Like, came to, like, perform at our school, and then she got, like, hailed out, so she couldn't perform, and she was, like, posting in our, like, on-campus thing, like, so sorry I couldn't see you guys, and it was like, oh, God, that's crazy. You don't know who that I'm talking about?
No. She got hailed out, like it was hailing outside. Sorry, I can't perform.
Sorry.
You guys are like, thank you.
She literally had it on her tour list as, like, University of Minnesota. Like, that was her Minnesota stop, and it was outside of, like, our main, like, area, like, our mall. Like, I was like...
She was in the mall?
Like, she was gonna be. Before she got hailed out.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was like...
What is this, 29? 2009? She had an opener even?
She had an opener. Yeah.
I don't know who this is, yeah.
Fuck. It's so fun. I'm sure you've heard it, because I remember it was, like, all over TikTok. It was, like, so stupid. It was 10 Things I Hate About You, and it was, like, only 6 seconds and I had to fake it. Like, talk a big game till you're naked. Only 6 seconds and I had to fake it. You know, yeah. 10, you're toxic. 5, you're stupid. The dumbest guy. No, 7, talk a big game till you're naked. Only 6 seconds I had to fake it. Anyways, I was like fully like I was like okay, I'm gonna see it. Yeah. What have you been up to?
College. I don't go to college. Me, I just work.
What's real?
All I do is work. I do my little show.
She does her show.
I do my little show. Have you tuned in?
I watched the first one.
The first one? Okay, that's all that matters. Watch the first one and watch my last one.
Okay, I will. I'll watch this one, trust. Trust. And I'm gonna watch it 100 times over. I'll say, everyone look, I'm on a podcast.
Your mom turns it on Facebook.
Actually, she's like watching this back. She's like, "Fuck, are you talking about?"
Actually, you're not allowed ever again.
So funny.
Yeah. Where do you see where would you like to be in like the next 5 years?
Okay, that's a crazy question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing in like 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Real.
Like I'm like taking it literally every second of the time.
Your degree is 4 years?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I'd have to go to grad school for 2
For why?
for like speech. So I'm like I get a degree in speech and hearing, and then I either do audiology, which is like a 3-year grad school program, or
Mhm.
speech is like a 2-year.
Oh, okay.
So in school, fuck, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like Jesus Christ,
Shit. So in 5 years you'll be graduating
in
from
so
grad
much
school.
debt. Like,
Fuck yeah. Does what the fuck is it called? Speech and audiology?
yeah, really?
Yeah.
It
Is it like a high paying career?
Yeah.
What like made you choose that?
So I worked at a little summer camp like over the summer, and
Mhm.
I got really like I really fucked with the kids. Like I like got really close, like way closer than I thought I would. Like,
Mhm.
and that was like the reason I kind of switched my major to like knowing I didn't want to be like in a lab and like alone all day. Like I'm like
Yeah.
fuck, like that's you have to have so much like willpower to just be alone all
Mhm.
day. So I was like,
And sober.
yeah, literally, and like doing science. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Mhm.
dressed in a lab coat.
Mhm.
So, but I like there was a little boy there who was nonverbal, and I got really close with him. I really fucked with him. Like I used to babysit him outside of the camp.
Mhm.
But yeah, I got to like work with like I'd have to do like speech exercises. Like the whole point of the camp was like for kids with like delays
Oh,
or who
okay.
needed like extra help in like school.
Mhm.
So I got to
Was
like
this
help.
in our town?
Yeah, it's not like it's called Mat Camp. It's like it's run out of this girl's like so it used to be like literally run out of her backyard, and like she whipped it
Real.
together. She's a kindergarten teacher, Lindsay McDaniel.
Mhm.
She's been for years. She was literally my kindergarten teacher to
Mhm.
my boss, which was crazy, but she used to have it like in her backyard, and like they really go like everywhere. It's super sweet. Like it's all her students or like
Mhm.
students she's had. And then I think they applied for a grant, like funding from like I don't know if they got it, but I know like the second summer I went back, like this most recent one, they definitely had like way more, like not way more, but they were like making more financially smart decisions. Like she wasn't supplying lunch, like they had to bring their own lunch, and it was like for sure hours of like, okay, they come from this time to this time instead of like drop them off whenever, like,
Mhm.
and they had like more help, so like just became more. I'm sure it'll be like a bigger thing next summer too, but
I'm gonna have to talk to you about that off
that's real.
camera.
Real.
Yeah, because my students right now they're all special needs,
Yeah.
and I have 7 of them. 5 of them are nonverbal.
Yeah. I like she's really good with them. Like she's always been like a really good she was with my mom. But she's like always been really good. She had my brother who's autistic too, and he was like nonverbal, like pretty nonverbal when she had him, and he's like not at all anymore. And like she like
Wow.
really yeah, and then this one like was in his class or in her class for like 2 years, like the little boy,
Mhm.
and she like really like did a lot of improvements. Like their families are really close now. Like she babysits
Mm.
outside of like yeah, so she like does a lot. Like she's just very like she does a lot. I'm like, damn girl, like actually you're a teacher during the school year, and then you do this during the summer, and then she like volunteers for her church all the time.
Oh my
I'm like,
god.
Jesus Christ. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're better than me. And then she like told me too, like she like would just like break even. Like the first summer I did it, like she just broke even, like made no, and I'm like,
Wow.
that's insane. Like
She doesn't charge for them to go?
she did. I think the first summer it was like charged what they could afford, so it was like
Oh,
different
okay.
for each family, which is
Mhm.
really nice. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know if that changed. Second, I didn't really ask.
Mhm.
But I know like a lot did. Like they had to bring lunches, and like because it was just so hard on her, like
Yeah,
supplying
especially
lunch.
now. Groceries
Yeah,
are fucking
dude.
expensive.
Yeah, and like it was like yeah, and I think her husband too was like, girl, like
We can't be
girl,
doing this.
literally, because they were like always at the like her house. It could be at her house.
Mm.
But like they did like fun shit, low key. They took us on a boat. I got on a boat. I went on the lake.
Shit.
They flew on an airplane, like a helicopter. Like they got helicopter rides.
Whoa.
Yeah, I like it was just like shit that like a lot of the kids wouldn't be able to do. So I
Mhm.
think it's really cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to send me the info for that.
Totally, I will, because
Yeah.
they were like having like a bunch of like they're really trying to make it a bigger thing. I know, like after, because my first summer there I just volunteered, and then my second one she like gave me pay, and then but like between like those 2 summers, like she was like posting so much more about it and like had flyers up, and they were doing like fundraisers and stuff, like they do like lemonade stands and like
that's so cute.
yeah, like she'll like go to like McDonald's and be like, will you do like a fundraiser for us? And they're like, yeah. And she's like, fire.
Oh my god, I actually love that.
So it's like really nice like for her to do. So pretty crazy.
So that's what got you into choosing your... Oh wow.
Yeah, and I got like lucky to like be able to shadow a couple speech therapists because my mom works in a school district. So and I really liked it. Like I was like between that or like teaching, but like the classroom setting. Like it's just
I don't have the patience. I thought I did, and I definitely don't.
And my mom,
it's overstimulating.
Yeah, I can't do it. And my mom is like, she's used to be a classroom teacher, and now she's like a reading specialist. But she was like, dude, she was like, I had to stop. She was like, you're gonna hate it. Like if you go in there, you would hate it.
It's a lot, especially now. Like kids are not. They're just not grasping it. Behavior issues, so intellectually, they're just not grasping as much. Like I know, even just like the class, like maybe 2 years below me. Like when I graduated middle school, I like went back to like go watch music or something, and the teachers then were like, "We're having to slow down lesson plans. Like we're not getting through things as fast." Like so, and just working with kids now, it's like you can tell that it's like.
And I think a lot of it too, I hate to be like a fucking boomer, but like electronics guys, like
especially pandemic, they were just given the iPad,
that's
go sit in the corner.
And like it's so hard, and it's so much like temperament issues because of that. And it's just like I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't. I was like struggling with like 10 kids at once at the camp. Like I couldn't do it. And like it's such an understaffed job too, and underpaid, but like understaffed in general. Like my mom's school, they have 2 first grade teachers with like 30 kids in each class. No. Imagine trying to teach 36-year-olds at once. No. You can't do it. Like you can't do it. There's no way to give like your best teaching to all these kids at once. Yeah. And I was like, fuck that. Sorry guys, I know you need more, but
fuck that, literally. Fuck that. Well, yeah, teachers nowadays are like what is it, like the turnaround rate is so fast now because of that. Like
and
it's
they don't
insane.
like it's so bad. Like I know, like when I was thinking about it, like a lot, I had so many like teachers that were like, if you like, there's so many scholarships like through our school, like our school will pay for your education, like if you commit to like coming back and working here. I was like, okay, we're not doing that much, but like people will fully pay for your education for you to work there to be a teacher, because like they're so that's not my lifestyle. I like the like you pull one kid out at a time, and I'm like, and then you like have your like own time to like do whatever, but which I really liked. And so it was like easy for me to switch my major, because I was like, okay, like this is a solid, and they're like they're always hiring too, like whether it's, you can go to the school system or you could go to like a hospital. But like hospital is like, I feel like if you're doing speech therapy, I guess it depends, like speech therapy in hospitals, like you would do like just speech therapy for like, you know, old people, kids. But then if you did like more of like I don't know how, like it's not speech therapy, but it'd be like more medical of like speech, and like the like, so like my professor for my intro class did that. She was like more medical, and so like all the cases she would see were like people like lifting and like dropping the bar and like breaking their like larynx, like their atoms out, like shattering it. Yeah.
So that's more like a therapy, like vocal therapy
type
I guess.
Shit. Yeah, and like she do like swallowing, I think she did too. Like you could do that. So like it's like a lot of routes. So they always like are hiring.
That's good. You have it's a pretty open. You don't really have to settle for one.
Like which is nice, because I would literally be spiraling if like, holy shit, because it would be so me core to do some like dumbass major that would have like one fucking job. So, like, thank God for this, guys. yeah, I really like it. All my major classes are like fully girls. There's maybe like one guy in there, and I'm like, hey, King, what's up with you?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like really nice. And like, I don't know, I fuck with it heavy, guys. I do.
Yeah.
It's real.
I like that. I love that for you. I feel like it's gonna be great.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm trying my best.
That's all that matters.
And that's real.
Yeah. Are you the first in your family to go to college?
No, because my dad went to college. I think he went to Highland for 2 years, and then he went to college. But none of my grandparents did. And then my mom went to college later, like when she was pregnant with me in her 30s is when she graduated.
Okay.
But her parents didn't go either. So not like the first, but like out of like my cousins on my mom's side, I'm the first one to go.
Okay.
But like on my dad's side, I'm not. So it's just like I'm not the first one to go.
You're like second gen, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I like it, which is nice because honestly, though, like my dad was like telling me like a lot about like transferring, and like he was able to be like, yeah, I didn't like transferring in later, and like you'll probably like it if you go somewhere straight away. So like I liked that he kind of had that like
experience.
Because none of them had the freshman experience where they went straight as freshmen. Like my dad went as a junior to like off campus, and my mom was older and she didn't live on campus, so like they never had that. So like that was like something that like was new, I guess, but which is exciting, and like they get really excited to like come to like parents weekend. Like they were like tailgating and like going to the games. Like they love it. So yeah, it's exciting. Like my dad loves it.
I love it. Do they buy like all the merch?
Damn right they do.
Oh,
they buy all the merch.
That's so cute.
Like my mom will go there, and like I went to the like the little merch store like recently with my parents, and I was with my mom like looking, we were like buying a gift for someone, and my dad like disappeared. We're like, where the hell is he? And we found him like looking for like hats that he wanted to get, and I'm like, which one do I get? The one with the gopher on it, or the one with the M on it?
Are you guys gophers?
Yeah,
that's so cute.
I'm like, fire! He got his little gopher hat.
That's adorable.
Like, yeah, it's super sweet. He's real because he picks me up too. Like he'll drive the 5 hours because I don't have my car there.
Oh, okay.
So he will wake up.
Why'd you not take it?
So they thought about taking it. Like we really did because I am so far.
Yeah.
Like, but my parents, I think, were worried that I'd like come home all the fucking time. And low-key, I probably would have. Like,
same. If I would have my car, I'd be home every night.
Yeah, every fucking weekend. Yeah. I trust. And they were right for that. So I think I'll bring it up next year just because I have to get used to driving up there if I have to go there for grad school and shit. Like, and
it's probably easier because what do you rely on, like school transportation?
Yeah, pretty much. And it's like fine, like for the most part, because I live like on campus and like I don't really have anywhere to go. My roommate has a car, which is like thank God for that. Yeah, because like literally I'm like I can't imagine living on campus without a car. Like I'm like I'll have my friends without a car be like, yeah, we're walking to Dinky McDonald's. Do you want to come? I'm like, actually no, I'm going to the Super Target. Like no, you won't catch me. Like it's just like I love the car, guys. Thank God she's clutch for that. But he'll wake up like super early and come drive the 5 hours and like be at my campus at like 11. And then like we get lunch. We always go to Culver's because they don't have Culver's on campus. And we'll get Culver's, and then we'll drive the 5 hours back. And he does like all in one day. I'm like,
it's a lot. Yeah. So how often would you say you do come home?
I haven't come home, so I went home for Thanksgiving break and then winter break, and it's my third time being home.
Oh wow! Yeah. So you only come home really on your breaks?
Yeah, pretty much. Makes sense. I probably I'm sure next year it'll probably be the same. God forbid, like anything happened.
Right.
But because it's not like I guess I have a long weekend. Like I don't have Friday classes. Like Friday classes aren't really a big thing. At least in like all the classes I've had, like whole semesters I haven't had, and a lot of people I know. That's like I could go down for a long weekend, but then it's just like the drive of like that's like basically a whole fucking day of like the 5 hours. Then like
and then when you get home, you're not gonna want to do shit.
And I don't get like a lot of like Mondays off, like President's Day. Like we don't get off for like small shits like that. Yeah. So, but I think it's because we start after Labor Day. Like I don't start till September.
Oh wow!
Which is really late, and I get out early May.
That's
crazy.
clutch. Yeah.
I'm like starting later and getting out earlier than everyone I know. I'm like, fuck you, bitch.
Literally, I love that
like,
though.
fuck you, bitches. And I'm in lib arts too. I'm like, that's so embarrassing. You guys are taking microbi. Oh wow.
Ew.
Catch me at home May 6th, guys.
Literally. That's cool. My
You're
mind's
so real.
blank.
No, you're so real. I went to the Lindo
Recently?
recently, literally the other day, just for like a second. I
Mhm.
broke us in because I knew the doors unlocked. Not to like, they keep.
It's locked.
I didn't see they keep all the doors locked. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, no doors are unlocked.
Never.
Got us in. I was there for like literally a minute, and I was like, head on a swivel. I was like, "Where's Jamie? Where's Jamie? Where's Jamie? Where's Jamie?" But like, just the environment, like the yellow walls.
It's so depressing there.
It is something
It's so
else.
dingy, so like yellow lighting, yellow walls.
The
like
reek of popcorn, dude. I can't smell popcorn.
no.
You're traumatized?
Yeah.
Truly traumatized. Actually horrible. You know, I had a guy when I worked there ask me if that was the theater that Abraham Lincoln got shot at. Swear on my life. I was like working there for like 3 weeks. I was like, no. I was like, the Douglas debate is like, I was like, I don't think he got shot here. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like these theaters were like a pizza place. It was like made in like 1940.
Yeah, literally.
I'm like, come on. Fuck that place, truly.
I have gone back maybe twice.
That's real.
I haven't gone in like
yeah.
The last movie I saw was with my grandma. We saw The Sound of Freedom.
Cute.
But every time I go in there, I'm like hood up, sunglasses on, mask up, like hiding my tattoos.
Actually, no, I went in there I had to go in there with the summer camp, like over, and I saw Caitlin, and she was like super nice to me, and then I saw like Bridget, she like talked to me, and I don't know if she didn't see me, but Loki, I swear she saw me, and I was like standing right next to her talking to Caitlin. She like, didn't talk to me, but that like, holy fuck, she told me there were like 400 kids there that day. Like,
oh yeah, because all the summer camps and shit would go. I fucking hated working in the summer.
And the way that I would always be scheduled with Caitlin to do those early Wednesday morning movies for those fucking summer camps, and you'd carry those fucking popcorns on the tray. The kiddie combos, or the birthday theater. Were you there for the birthday party where the kid got that car and he was driving it around the theater and crashing in the walls?
I don't know. I know I was there for a birthday party, but I don't know if it was that one.
I remember, like, because I remember they tried to put you on birthday too, and then Caitlin was like, did birthday a lot, like Bridget.
Yeah, I was supposed to be on birthdays, and then
I did birthdays a lot with Caitlin. I feel like if like they had a birthday, they were like, do it with Caitlin, like, do it with Caitlin. I did a lot with Caitlin, like the Wednesday movies. I feel like, and some of the birthday, like I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. Like it was mainly Caitlin. Like thank God for Caitlin, but I would do them. And then when I left, she was like, "Is there any way you just wanna like stay here and just work birthday parties? Like we'll just call you for the birthday parties." I was like, "Fuck no, that's the worst part."
Yeah, literally. And like for what, $18?
Literally. Actually, for $18, a $20, not even a $20 bill. She would have like,
she would have been like, "Oh, hold on, I gotta break this."
Actually,
like, no, you're good.
And then like to go in there and like all the kids are screaming and they're driving their fucking little
no mess everywhere, stickiness like no, thank you.
And then,
keep
like,
the 18. I'll pay you $18 to not call me. Like no, thank you.
I was like, no, like actually no.
I went one time with Jeffrey and Jamie. I know for a fact she had to have saw me, but she's just like, "Oh my gosh, Jeffrey, how are you?" And I'm just,
fuck that.
And I'm like, please just pretend you don't see me, like. And then like after she was done talking to Jeffrey, there was like a pause. She was like, looking around. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize." bitch, how many brown girls my age are in this fucking town?
Also with Jeffrey, like, come on now.
I know you knew it was my cute ass, like, girl. Like, at that point, don't say hi. Please don't say hi.
Yeah, that's so horrible. I don't think I've seen her. Actually, no, I did. I did see her because I went back to see Spider-Man. Literally right after I quit, like fully right after I quit.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I like fully had like a fucking panic attack in the car. I was like on the phone with my mom. I was like, I don't
going
wanna
in.
go in.
And that's on trauma.
Yeah, I was literally crying on the phone with her. I was like, I don't want to go in.
Yeah.
And she's like, just go. And I was like, okay. Like, I think I was going with my boyfriend. And I went, and the movie was fire, guys. And
Yeah.
do you remember Ken? That we trained?
Yes. I have a story about Ken, actually.
Do you have a story about
Yes.
Ken? Tell me about Ken.
Okay, so I worked with this girl at Marshall's, right? And her name was Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And one day she came to work late as fuck. You've heard this, huh?
She used to work at the window, too.
Yes! And I remember you telling me about her, but
that was the one that Jamie yelled at me for doing the inventory because I was trying to change.
And I never clicked it together that that's her. Because I don't know these people. I don't know anyone here.
Yeah.
She came to work one day, like, an hour late, in the shortest fucking skirt that, like, you could literally, when she, like, was taking steps, could see her ass cheeks. And at the time, I was in a position where I could send you home for that.
Right.
So I went up to my manager and I was like, she's dressed like a harlot. Like, I'm sorry, but, ma'am, this is a Marshall's. Pull something off the rack and borrow it for your shit. Like, like, fully, like, manager mode. I'm like, hello?
She said, Grandpa.
Yeah. So my manager's like, well, she was already late and like we're already short, like we can't send her home. And I'm like, can I like tell her to fucking grab something off the rack? And she's like, I don't know, we're allowed to do that. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So I send her to the register. I was like, don't leave this register.
Yeah.
Like, don't walk, don't bend down, nothing. Like, no. And she told the lady that I beefed with, that I took to court and everything, that lady filed a sexual harassment claim on me.
Are you serious?
Because that girl's clothes were too small. It was like a little ass skirt and then like a white like see-through shirt. We're Marshalls. What are you selling? Because last time I checked, we're selling clothes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so they filed like a sexual like harassment claim on me, whatever.
Who did, like,
she told the lady I was beefing with. The lady I was beefing with called it in. Yeah. So I like, as soon as I found out all this was happening, I like called HR and I was like sobbing, crying. I was like, this is a fucking lie. Like they're trying to set me up.
That's
They've been trying to set me up. Yes. And I'm like crying because I'm like, what the fuck? Because I like never went through that. So I'm like, I don't know how it works. Like, are they gonna like take me to jail? Yeah, like, literally. I don't want this to fuck up my future jobs. Like, you know.
Over fucking Marshalls.
Literally. And because you want to dress like you're selling yourself at the fucking corner of the parking lot. Like, chill.
Oh, girl.
And like, you want to be a bad bitch, do your thing.
Be a bad bitch outside of here.
Literally, outside of work. Especially, like, I'm supposed to be in charge. I can't just be like, if I can't come to work with my ass out, you definitely can't come home. Yeah, like, come on. So, she, like, started this whole beef with me, and then I found out she's Ken's girlfriend, and she, like, fully lived in their parents' house. And I was like, I literally trained your boyfriend.
Yeah, they're broken up now. They've been broken up.
So she, like, homeless?
So I know for sure when I trained her that day, she told me she was homeschooled. Like, she did the whole homeschool thing, and I was like, okay, fire, like, whatever. And then she started dating Ken, and they were like together, like, low-key for a long time. Like,
I thought Ken was gay.
I did too, a little bit.
Like, he gave like, I'm just Ken, like, he was a little.
I loved him though. I was like, yes, Ken.
I remember when he was when we were training him, he was like fully like,
who the fuck are you, bitch? Yeah, he was like annoyed at us because it was you and I like on his first shift, and we were like just fully.
Because that was at the point where like everyone was quitting, so it was like you and I all the time.
Yeah, literally you and I all the time. Holy shit!
And we're training. I'm like, this is my second month. What the fuck?
I wasn't even there for 6 months.
No, literally
5.
Yeah, I'm like, I have never been fully trained.
Actually,
we're like showing him how to do everything. Like, you're not supposed to do it this way, but
we do it this way. I'm like, sorry.
I'm done.
Yeah, but they broke up.
All right, my divers, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Diving Deep with me, Des. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for
spending
having
this day with
me.
me. I had so much
Of
fun with you today.
course.
We're gonna have to do it again when you come in the summer.
Totally.
Yes.
100%.
Thanks guys for listening to us just be girls and yapping along. We'll see you next time on
Fully.
Diving Deep with Des.